Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing a video today and I have some incredible news about the current crisis that we're in and the creeping authoritarianism of many countries in regards to England, where the English approximation or equivalent of Bernie Sanders, that is a Mr. Jeremy Corbyn, has come out against mandatory, using code words, V's, with regards to passports, V passports, and also, which was one part of it that I mixed on, it was the NHS, nurses, but obviously we know that the Comic-Con, I'm using Matt McKinley code words again, Comic-Con and Deviant can still pass to people, even with people that have had the double action Jacksonation jabba dabba doos. Now in Israel, they're doing the fifth booster or whatever crazy stuff. It's just mania. It's like, when is it going to end? So thankfully, the Comic-Con is seemingly more mild than the other variants of whatever. But this is big news. I'm going to put probably put the picture of the tweet on my on the thumbnail. This is the biggest news since the Max Blumenthals and like the Richard Wolffs of the world have come and said, "Wait, what are they trying to do with this? What is this all about? Why are they doing this?" And it services big tech, big corporations, big PHARMA, more than the actual people, since there's still these surges, even with these mandatory Vs in countries where they're the mandatory Vs. It's just like the mask debate, with regards to surge soda in many countries instead of what's the other one? Surge, and what was the other soda in the 80s? Using code words because I don't want to. I know they've been cracking down. They've been cracking them down pretty quickly on the YouTube. So I'm using a lot of codes today. So this is big news. This is big. This is the biggest news since the whole thing began. As far as the pushback against this, you have England's version of Bernie Sanders coming out against this. It's almost like Bernie Sanders coming out and said, "No, we don't need these mandatory V's, or V passports." Biggest news. And the left, like I said, I knew there was something going on. I think the real left is what I call it, because as what's that logical fallacy? No true Scotsman. As no true Scotsman as that sounds, I believe the real left, as far as the working class and a lot of these movements today, right now in our society. I just mean right now. I don't mean historically, if they agreed with Marxist Leninism or the vanguard parties and all that crap, which I don't, that's authority. To me, that's right-wing Marxism, as Bakunin and Rosa Luxemburg once said, as far as Lenin goes, so I'm cultural appropriating today, by the way. I just like wearing stuff in my head sometimes. There's nothing going on with my head. I'm not going to pull it off, but, there's no zits or anything. It's just, I just like wearing, like, things with dragons on it and shit. I don't know. It's look like I like the 80s. Like, I'm trying to incorporate, like, more, like, really silly 80s fashions into my repertoire, just because I feel like it, I've been very 80s oriented lately. So I think this is something some rock star would wear in like a photo shoot or something. Anyways, that's off subject. So this is a big deal. This is the biggest name so far that's come out against this stuff as far as on the left. I mean, you have these leftists. Naomi Wolf considers herself a leftist. She's banned from Twitter now. She has been since last year, I believe. You have all these people, Richard Wolff, who What are they, when how's the Young Turks going to spin this? They were probably supporting, even though they're in the United States, not the UK, they were probably supporting Corbyn. Oh yeah, he's like the British Bernie Sanders. No, he's a Trump fascist because he doesn't support the mandates. Oh, of course. I mean, it's been so ridiculous, the rhetoric on this, but it's changed. This is a big change. And to be fair, I think his name is, what was his brother's name? His brother is actually has been kind of more of a radical about all this whole subject all along. I think he's kind of on the fringe conspiracy bandwagon for years. So it might be his brother convincing him of this, but it's like, I don't think, not Cenk, but Corbyn. But this is a big deal, and it's going to change. We're going to have conversations about this now, because when someone like that gets on board, this is what I think happens. So there will be like a third or a quarter or whatever of people that follow Jeremy Corbyn. There will be like, oh, he's so wrong. Oh, he's an anti, V. He's an anti V now. They'll just be following the brainwashing and the media manipulation and everything. Now there will be two quarters of those people that'll be like, well, I don't agree with him. But on this, maybe I understand some of the concerns, blah, blah, blah. And then will be that one quarter of people that follow Corbyn that will do more research into the Great Reset. Billionaires' documents that all these people are talking about, these things that all these corporations talk about, how, they want, the whole shebang that they talk about, the great RESET, the whole thing with the digitalization of everything for the corporations and all this stuff. They'll be reading more about that. Blumenthal articles, Whitney Webb or whoever. And I'd be very careful with this. I'm talking about the Corbyn, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles artist. Remember what was his name? Richard Corbyn, with different spelling. Really good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles artist, by the way. Heavy Metal magazine and stuff. That's who I'm talking about. Actually, he came out against the V's, like V for Vendettas, like that you having a syringe, right? I don't know. I'm just improvising. That sucked. Anyways, so this is good news, and we can look forward to these discussions being made. And that one quarter of people that will get red-pilled on this subject are a voting bloc and a potential protest people. So if more people are waking up to this whole thing, this whole mess, and the contradictions, and every day it's something different. Every day something changes with the trajectory of the other V, Miss V Iris. Trajectory changes every day. So having mandatory V other things, vaccines, Action Jacksinations, Jabba Dabba Doos, mandatory Jabba Dabba Doos, is not smart when all these things will happen anyways. How do one of the companies said a fourth Wi-Fi booster may be needed. Pfizer said that. Insane. How many do we need at this point for this Comic-Con deviant, which might be mild anyways? What are they going to do? They're going to try to make money. I mean, at this point, it's just so ridiculous. I mean, watch the Breaking Points video about this, by the way, about the fourth Wi-Fi booster being needed, right? Because your signal isn't strong enough against the internet viruses, right? So it's gotten so nuts. It's like, okay, so we're going to have mandatory V's everywhere, V passports for everything forever. But just get your boost every couple months, then renew it on your phone and you'll be scanned. Oh, wait a second. Oh, the virus, the V is the other V, the V, Miss Iris V is over. Her reign is over. So what do? Oh, we need this. This technology is already in place. Oh, maybe we can adapt it to like climate change, like your carbon usage. Oh, you have a bank account. Oh, you used too much carbon last month, we're going to deduct some from your bank account. You have to pay the carbon tax. But us billionaires can get away with everything and have like fucking fossil fuel cars and shit. See, this is how what they're saying is going to happen. So Jeremy Corbyn coming out is the best news since this started as far as the pushback. This is the big news. This is so big. I mean, the only thing that would be bigger would be having Bernie Sanders come out against it. I mean, that would be the big thing. That would be a huge coup, though, and so to speak, in the United States. So, anyways, that's about all. Peace out.